Hello everyone, we're back to ErgZone live show.
Hi, I'm Gabriel.
Thais Camilo, and today we are talking. It's only us; nobody else is invited to as a guest. Let's say that we're gonna focus on talking about ErgZone itself, and let's see. We picked the topic we're gonna talk about is about the integrations the ErgZone are doing right now. Recently, we announced a lot of new integrations, and people were asking us questions from, "Oh wow, why are you doing that? What's happening? Is that a problem? Do you connect to my machine?" So I think it was a good time to talk a little bit about that. I think a lot of people, especially newcomers, don't know a lot about how ErgZone started. So I get it would make sense to talk a little bit and just to explain how
How it came?
how it came to be what it is now and what our plans, especially with the integrations. So 2 weeks ago, no, 10 days ago, I think. This idea came after the Rogue machine arrived, so it was just inspiration based on the feedback people had. Because for a long time, so ErgZone is going to be 4 next month.
Since the launch.
Since we launched.
We were in beta for almost a year. So
Yeah, so it's going to be 4 since we launched. Like everybody could download the app. So it changed quite a bit since. And just recently we started to integrate with new machines. So I think people were asking what happened and why you're doing that or something like that. So
yeah, for the people that don't know, ErgZone used to be called Rowing Zone. So the first machine that we ever integrated was the rower, right? The Concept 2 rower, and because that's what we had we had that machine at home. We're only into rowing, and we decided to build the app, and then we named Rowing Zone. And then after we started being part of the community more and more, we saw that a lot of people were asking, could we integrate with the ski erg or the bike erg? That was like before we opened to everybody, was in beta, right? On that first year, before 5 years ago. And that's when we decided to integrate with the ski erg and the bike erg, and then we renamed it to ErgZone. So the first 3 machines that we integrated was the row erg, bike ski erg, and then the bike erg. So all Concept 2.
Yeah, right? Which was pretty much the PM5, right? So we don't integrate with the PM3 and PM4. They don't have Bluetooth, and that's was the decision we made for many reasons. But one of the reasons is Bluetooth sends us so much more data, right? The PM5 send more data than cable would anyways, and so we never considered adding.
No, the cable, I think it's the same data. It's just like it's a legacy, right? The USB is the legacy way of connecting to the monitor. You can even see like Concept 2, the New York Data app, don't even support the USB. So it doesn't make sense for a small company like us to support also the USB. Like we want to build so many features, and then having to support a legacy monitor, PM3, PM4, that don't get any updates. It's a lot to a small company to do that. So we decided to focus on Bluetooth and the PM5 protocol for Bluetooth communication. It gets a lot of data. It's not just time, distance, space. We can get more data like drive length, force curve, drive time, recovery time. So this custom protocol from Concept 2 allowed us to build ErgZone in a way that has rich data, and we were very happy. We're still always happy with that.
Which brings me to another topic that a lot of people, for the last 4 years, of course, people always ask us, do you connect to my machine or not? And for a while, again, Gabriel just said, we are a small business. So the way it was implemented, the way ErgZone came to be, we had a machine. Gabriel was working out all the time and following certain plan. And then he had to deal with the buttons on the PM5, which for a lot of new people coming to the, like in a couple of years from now, I guess, when the new Erg data was launched. 2 years ago, 1.5 years, I don't know. So it was completely different. So we solved the problem that there was in the market, no other app programmed the machine. So when Gabriel decided to solve his own problem to make his training better, you implemented this protocol on the PM5, right? So that is just like talking to the PM5.
Yeah, the PM5 allows us to program.
Yeah, it is a Concept 2 protocol. Is that correct? Like,
yeah, it's a standard that I think it was something created in the 80s. There's probably other machines that implement this same protocol, but it's very old protocol and very difficult to work with. And I think new machines none of them use this.
Yeah.
This new type.
But so anyway, but we did that. So you could program the machine, and that was one of the problems we wanted to solve. People don't have to press the button. So we went out of the just row, because just row is very limited about data, how you see the data afterwards, so you can look at it. And then why we've been only on Concept 2 for a long time, because first of all, we love Concept 2. We have a very great relationship with them. And that's how we started. And also, we learned about this community that was so big, and there was so much that the time was going by. We were learning people want to do, right? So we start with, of course, master, someone that's only the indoor rowing or indoor skiing, and Bike Erg. And then we're talking, universities are talking to us because now we have a platform for that. And now rowing clubs are using it. And now ski clubs, there is a bunch of people from Sweden coming in way on the beginning, and we had no idea where they came from. And they were from one of the cross-country coaches that were using ErgZone and talk about us on their podcast. So we're actually bringing him live maybe next month, we'll see. But anyways, so we started learning other things. Now ErgZone was connecting to the machine, to PM5, getting the data, and we're like making much better than we was before. But we're learning more things we could build, right, on the platform. So then it made sense to just keep as it was. There was enough for us to offer to the Concept 2 community. So we were focused, right?
Yeah, it's a big market, right? There's a lot of people with Concept 2s. So it made sense for us for the last 4 years, right, to only think about Concept 2.
I guess we were building the platform we wanted,
Yeah, we did like all like the live stuff, right? You can row together or ski, bike, it doesn't matter. And have like a group view live where you can see everybody connected at the same time, different metrics.
Yeah.
We also did the multi-erg, right? It's something that
no other app
offers. The Concept 2, they have their ErgZone, right? I think it's 3. Yeah, I think one of the Swedish skiers,
cross-country skiers love ErgZone. That's great. We love you guys. I went to Sweden earlier this year. Maybe I can talk about that later. I think that's a good topic.
One of the things we did was the multi-erg, like Concept 2, the PM5. They do have the ErgZone mode, which connects the 3 machines, but it's very limited. You can only do 3 different workouts. I forgot the distance.
Sprint, middle, and endurance, something like that.
You cannot have custom workouts. So we built this on ErgZone. You can create any kind of erg combination of workouts: ski, bike, row, 500, 1,000, back to calories or whatever you want. And then ErgZone controls the session on the 3 ergs, on the Concept 2 ergs.
Yeah, so that's why. So I guess people asked us, okay, all the time people were asking, we were going to connect somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, we want. And we didn't before because of time, right? So we were limited on time. And also because we're learning about the community, what can we bring? So then I guess after, we were always on the back of our minds with ideas of machines we wanted to connect to. Right, so we knew about water rower, and we knew about a couple of other machines in the market that were open, right? Because a lot of the machines are not. So if you think about Peloton or Hydro, they have their own thing. They don't want anybody else connecting to their machines, I guess. If they do, let me know. But then I went to Head of Charles. I met the guy, Jan from RP3. And then I learned, we knew about RP3, right? But because we were not on the water rowers, we don't have that background. So we were not immersed on the rowing community necessarily. So I met and I love the machine. I'm like, okay, I guess, can we integrate? So we start talking. So this has been on the books for a while. Actually, we've integrated with RP3 for quite a while, but only last week we officially launched.
I think it's been a year. Because it was on the last.
Yeah, we went
on the last Head of Charles is when we started the integration.
You're right. So I went to Head of Charles in Boston 2 years ago by myself. I met them and they decided we're gonna buy a machine. We bought it. So I wanted to use the machine. I wanted to try and test, and I loved it. So I asked Gabriel, can you please make it work? Because Gabriel is the head of development on ErgZone. So it happened.
Yeah,
so
we got together with their dev team and they gave us the details, how to connect to their machine, use the data.
I think the last season I trained mostly on it. Part of it is because I wanted to test, and part of it just because I liked it. I did actually train a lot on the slides on Concept 2 that before too, because I really wanted to see how was the feeling. So I like the slides. So then I like the dynamic as well. We don't have a conceptual dynamic, but we have the RP3 that's right here. So
but one of the things that I think it's worth mentioning is in order to support the RP3, we had to implement something that we were only relying on the PM5, right? The PM5 would manage the workout session for us. We would just program, right? Tell the PM5, this is a pyramid workout, 1,000 meters, 2,000 meters, 3,000 meters, and then go down. We would tell the PM5 to program that workout, and the PM5 would manage the session, right? The athlete finished the first 1,000 meters, then rest, and then finish the 2,000 meters.
PM5 would kind of tell you, so you would keep like things in sync. That actually caused a little bit of trouble in the beginning, right? Because some ways, remember when ErgZone was calculating some things and PM5 kind of readjusted data. So people said the data is different. Because
every time the interval ends or the split ends on the PM5, it recalculates, it rounds down or up depending on some logic there. So there is always some recalculation every time a split end.
Yeah.
So we had to, in order to support the RP3, we had to build this session management, right? The workout session management on ErgZone, because the monitor on the RP3, the protocol that they have only sends data to the app. It doesn't allow communication from the app to the monitor.
Yeah. So, let me just interrupt you just to explain that. That's not a problem, especially because a lot of people may think, when you think about other machines, like, oh, you can't do that. That's not a problem, because if the app does it, that's what you want. In the end, you want the data on the app so you can kind of see the data that's out of the monitor. Just, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, so it's just like the way this Bluetooth protocol from the RP3 is only a one-way communication protocol. So we can only receive the data. So we had to build this whole workout session control. So we had to support on ErgZone time, distance, calories, undefined rest. What else? Everything that we had right on ErgZone.
When you create a workout.
Yeah, because like before we were just sending that information to the PM5, but now we have to create that calculation,
to manage
that calculation, have a timer in the app.
And that's one of the reasons why it took us a while, right? To go from, that's why we exclusively connect to Concept 2 for so long, because it needed a big change behind the scenes that the final user doesn't really see it, but need to be done to support something else.
Yeah.
So that's how the RP3 came to be. And we officially launched last week. So we want more people from RP3 using, and we have people, like we have users using already for a while, including some universities, right, that have Concept 2 in RP3s. so the coaches can manage the training, because in the end, the rowers most of the time are doing the same workout. They're just doing different machines, so that works nicely. So that was something cool. But then RP3 is very targeted, and I'm not saying by any means that it's only for someone who row on the water, but it's very well known from those on the water rowers, because it has the dynamic, has a very close feeling to the water. So then what happened? Last year, we saw that Rogue was launching. Last Black Friday. They just launched the Echo Bike V3, right? So we decided, let's buy this because we want to eventually integrate with the bike.
Yeah, the only bike that we integrated so far was the Bike Erg, right? And then we know that the Echo Bike from Rogue is a bike that's used on CrossFit. Like a lot of gyms, they have this bike,
and a lot of our users, even when they have Bike Erg, they told us they also have the Echo Bike, because it is not a bike. It's like completely different, right? So people, I guess, they want that stimulus. So
yeah, there is a well-known workout, Miko's Triangle. Like, it's very well known in the CrossFit community. It's the three machines, right? It's the row, ski, and bike. But the bike, the original one, is the Echo Bike and not the Bike Erg.
Yeah.
So we always, because we had the multi-erg on ErgZone, we always wanted, okay, I think the Echo Bike would be a good addition.
Is that a spoiler?
To ErgZone.
Maybe.
And then we learned that, so yeah, it was a new version, right? They had the first version of the Echo Bike, then they released a new version that it's the same monitor, but it has Bluetooth now. And then
it's called V3. So
V3,
people want to know. And yes, if you have an older Echo Bike, you can upgrade it. Like the same as if you have a PM3.
They sell only the V3 monitor, and then you can buy it.
We actually had few users already, since we kind of mentioned we were integrating people.
Yeah, and this new monitor, they implemented this fitness protocol, this Bluetooth protocol. So it's an open
source, right?
Not open source, but it's an open protocol. So the documentation is open. It's on the Bluetooth website. Like companies, manufacturers, right, that builds electronics monitors for it's with the Assault bike.
Okay, Jared said Miko's Triangle originally was an Assault. I don't know. I guess that's something that we should look into. But we see a lot of people doing on the Echo Bike for some reason, maybe because that's very common.
Yeah, there was a big transition on the CrossFit, right? Like they transitioned from Assault to Echo Bike to be the air bike that they use for competition. So I think when we learned about the Mikos, it was already the Echo Bike.
But Jared, eventually, if we do integrate, we can make multi-erg with multiple manufacturers, like kind of together.
Right now,
that won't change anything. Right now, it's restricted to the Concept 2 because it's still using the same protocol we used before. That's how it works. But eventually, it could be any other machine that we connect to. So going back to the FTMS, the protocol is called FTMS.
Yeah, FTMS. So the Echo Bike V3 monitor implemented this open protocol called FTMS. I think it's fitness something. I forgot what it means, but the F is fitness. So it's a protocol for fitness machines. So it's not just bike. It's like treadmills, climbers. Like they have all these different type of equipment that technically we could, if we implemented that protocol in ErgZone, we could connect to all those machines, right? So because we wanted to connect to the Echo Bike, okay, and then we already had the RP3 workout session management working, we just had to somehow be able to read the FTMS data and then use our workout session management code to manage the workout for us. And that's what we did, right? We we started implementing that for the Echo Bike.
And it's been a few months, right? A few months, Gabriel and I, every week, we try to do one workout on the Echo Bike, right? We share the Echo Bike. So it's been working. It still needs some polishing, so it's not ready for prime time yet. Or
Yeah,
the
Echo Bike. Yeah, there are some things that we still need to adjust. Like we are calculating the pace and the watts. We are calculating based on time and distance.
But
the problem is that doesn't match the watts the Echo Bike displays on their monitor. So we need to come up with a different way to make sure, right? Because like people are used to train on this machine, they want to see the watts from that machine. They know it's different than the Concept 2.
Yeah.
So we need to come up with our own formula to translate our calculation of pace and watts to their watts, or use whatever they have, and then somehow figure out how to do the average, because ErgZone is all about the average of each split and interval, right? So we just need to do some adjustments. It's in alpha and beta, right?
It is not open to everybody at this moment, even though we have a couple of our users asked us. They saw that we did a sneak peek a month ago that we were integrating with the water rower. I guess it's a silhouette, but you could see that it was a water rower in an Echo Bike. So people are like, oh, okay, I want to do that, because we're people that know us, have a good relationship with us, and we knew they wouldn't be super upset if something didn't work. I said, well, it's not fully functional, but you still want to do it. And I guess one of them doesn't even care. The data is different. He just because he can manage his intervals now. So anyway, so that's why now we're opening up for other things, because it's called fitness machine. Oh gosh, I just
FT, no.
FT
transport,
no. Fitness machine service.
Is it FT? Or maybe it's FT,
I guess it's for the fitness. I don't know.
Fitness,
maybe.
The T is just for the fit.
So that's why it happened that we can connect to other things, which bring us to the water rower. Water rower is something we've been meaning to do as well for a while. And again, because we're so focused on the PM5 Concept 2 managing the session, once we extracted, okay, it opened up. And now that we can manage the session and we can when I say session, we're talking about the intervals. And now we have FTMS. We went on the water rower. We've got one water rower like this one here.
So the water rower now, right? So the problem with the water rower is when you buy a water rower, it doesn't come with the Bluetooth.
Right? Well, the F model. It's called F.
So that's you
F.
buy a water rower, then you have to buy an extra adapter. That's called the COM module, and that you can attach to the monitor that comes, and then you can use Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that have the water rower, they have to pay extra, right? They have to buy it. So they
$80
keep using
in here, but I think a lot of people don't even know, because you don't know, the community, it doesn't talk about the data that much, I guess, to people to know.
And the water rower, they have different models, right? So they have we actually have the two here, two different models. Yeah. One that has two bars. What do you call them? Rails. Okay. Yeah, two rails. This one comes with the monitor. It's called the S4 monitor. The monitor that comes, that you have to buy this adapter, the COM module, that has Bluetooth. And now they also have this hybrid. They call hybrid. That's a monorail.
Is it a performance, kind of what they say? Isn't it performance? That's monorail. I think they classify. When you look on their website,
they also have the double rail with a performance when they go to the smart row. But like they call the hybrid this one, because half of the machine is wood and the other half is metal. The rail is metal, and then the seat goes in one rail, right? So it's the same as the Concept 2, the RP3, the same rail. Our
RP3 is actually
but the same as the Concept 2, one rail. And then the seat feels the same. The other one with two rails, there are like four wheels, so it feels a little different as you are moving. compared to the monorail.
But that one comes with another model,
yeah,
right?
so this hybrid, they have, I think it's called the A1
CR.
the A1 model, and now they have the A2. So the A2, which is the one that we bought, the monitor, the A2 monitor that comes with it, has Bluetooth now. So if you want to try a water rower that has the Bluetooth built in, then you can buy this one.
Which is model, the monitor is called CR-BLE. So it's CR.
It's CR. No, yeah, CR because I think it's because of City Row. CR from City Row. Which water rower I don't understand much. Like they have different partners, like different.
Yeah, but it came to us. There is nothing City Row on it other than the machine.
Well, the box was City Row. Yeah, the box was City Row, but it's a water rower.
And the monitor is called CR. But that's what you're looking for if you're looking for a water rower with Bluetooth, like already there, so you don't have to do anything else.
And both implement the FTMS. So the S4 monitor that you have to buy this adapter, and the A2 BLE monitor, they all come with the FTMS. So apps that implement the FTMS protocol can talk to those machines.
So that brings us to that. So at this point when we did all this, so then we were connecting to Concept 2, to the RP3, to the water rower, and the Eco Bike. And then we see Rogue is launching a rower. And then everybody, of course, asking why and all these questions. We jump in on their Facebook page and asked if you'd use the FTMS, right? If they had Bluetooth. Yeah, it wasn't the Facebook page, I think, where they announced it. We asked, you asked, actually, I think. You asked, okay, it has Bluetooth? And they answered, yes, FTMS. So then we're like, okay, so we are on the right time, like 2 months ago, it would be the right time for that. So we went up, we bought it, and apparently we're one of the 50, people on Earth that has it at this point. So we were like just in this good timing to talk about it. And because we were already announcing all these integrations, just happened that Rogue, and I'm saying that because some people were worried about like, oh, what's going on? What are you doing? I'm like, we are just opening up, like so, and that's very important for us to tell all the Concept 2 users out there, we love you, it changes nothing on our relationship. We really love ErgZone, and we just bring ErgZone to other communities, there is this big thing that the Concept 2 community is right now, established with challenges, with sharing data and participating in things. And ErgZone brought a bunch more, live racing, workouts, everybody together, anywhere on a big screen, leaderboards, all the things that ErgZone has right now was restricted to the Concept 2 community. So now we are opening up for those other communities. It is great. Like as I say, we really are the let's connect. We like to connect with people, and we like to connect people to people. So I think that's just a great, it's just great. A lot of other people wanted the integration, use ErgZone anyways. And because those machines, I won't say for all the monitors, but they are a little more restrictive about, who really likes to press a button to create intervals. I don't think anybody think like, okay, I have half an hour to work out. Let me sit here for 5 minutes and press a bunch of buttons to create an interval training. So with ErgZone managing that, you really ahead of time. That's what we did for Concept 2 community in the past. We're bringing to the other communities the fact that you can sit down ahead of time, plan your workout of the week, the month, or the day, and you load on ErgZone and you connect them to the machine and you start rowing, biking, skiing, and ErgZone just collect your data, and it's there, and you're done, and you walk away. You don't need to take a photo of the memory. I don't even know if all those monitors have memory.
The Rogue.
Has it.
Yeah, because it's very similar to the PM5. They do implement the.
But I don't know how the water rower. Do you see?
The water rower, I don't believe they have it.
Yeah. So.
But the thing is, the FTMS protocol, so far, it's a big protocol. There are parts that we didn't even read it, touch it, because it's more complicated. And it seems that a lot of the manufacturers, they don't implement the full protocol. So they implement the basic part where it's just broadcasting data so apps can read it. There is a part where we can set some targets on the monitor, like target pace, distance, time, but not all of them implement. So it's something that right now, when you're connecting to one of these machines that have FTMS, the monitor is a just row, right? So when you look at the monitor, it's just time and distance going up. You won't see your splits, your intervals there. All that data you see on ErgZone. So that's something to keep in mind. We do have plans for the Rogue, because Rogue does allow to create the intervals and all that. We do have plans to see if that's possible. We don't even know if that's possible or not. But we do want to, if it is possible, to do the same, to be able to program the monitor and match exactly.
Yeah, I guess in any machine we may want, but it's important for everybody to understand that there is so much that ErgZone can keep bringing to the community, you know. So a lot of times we pick what the app absolutely cannot do and would bring a lot of value, and what the app could do is not exactly necessarily the way, it's not programming the machine, but you still have the data you need the way that's useful for you to track your progress. So, and I feel like what I like to say too is we love that. I feel a lot of people know that we are all about the coaches that use our app, not only coaches in universities and rowing clubs and ski clubs and stuff like that, but the coaches that sell content on ErgZone, because they are small business like ourselves. So, and we started like that, right? We were paying a coach to give us a training. So ErgZone has a place where they can sell the plans. So now also we will open for those people with other machines, you know, like with a water rower, with a Rogue, the ability to buy those plans, you know, and work with those coaches, and for those coaches to find other people. So now that we are officially out there, you know, FTMS is coming hot, beta testing is getting out, and we announced the RP3. I will talk more with the coaches, you know, and see, like, let's reach out to those people, you know, like there isn't a very active RP3 users group anywhere. So I created it. It doesn't mean ErgZone is going to be only ErgZone and we got to talk about it. It's not it. I really want to create a community where people have, just like Concept2 has. I guess for the Rogue rower too, the Echo Bike has its own group. So I want just to really bring the community, you know, and people will talk about it. So that's how we learn. I think ErgZone is what it is right now because we heard a lot from the Concept2 community. And now because the people coming from those other machines, they are used to work differently. So maybe I'm sure that it's things we can learn, you know, that we never thought about because it wasn't a problem that we encountered before. Someone said something. Need to leave. Thanks for interesting talk. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, go. I know it's lunchtime for a bunch of people. Not everybody can stay with us. We will have that on our YouTube channel and on Instagram. But
there is another integration that we did not mention is the Smart Row. That's something a lot of people from the water rower community, people that like to see their data, they usually buy this adapter that they have to replace a part. It's
called pulley.
That's pulley, what they call. They replaced the original pulley with this Smart Row pulley that can read data in a different way. That's more close to a power meter, right? Like how the Concept2 reads the data of the machine. So a lot of people that cares about data, they use this Smart Row.
Yeah.
So it is something we've been working together with the Smart Row people. They actually sent us.
We had a pulley. We actually bought this machine here, and then we tried to install it. Gabriel pulled it apart, and then he realized, I cannot install this machine. So we ended up buying this machine so we could install the Smart Row. So Smart Row is coming to ErgZone.
It was fine because the first machine we bought on Facebook Marketplace. I just wanted to test it out. Like I wanted that right away. It's like what's the quickest way to buy something here? It's through the marketplace. You can get on the same day.
But it was falling apart.
Yeah, it was a orange theory machine, and the guy sprayed black, so it's not orange anymore. It's all black. So the machine was like beaten. Like
but
I had to replace the. It was good because now I learned like what kind of maintenance you have to do on a water rower.
Yeah, but that one, it's just like it's okay, but it's just for us to test. Really, we cannot really do. You won't see us doing a lot of long workouts on that machine.
But the new one, the hybrid one is brand new, so that's a good machine.
Yeah. So far we are like what? So what we focus in, we haven't announced anything about Smart Row yet, but I guess if you're watching here, that's the spoiler. So we are Concept 2, the Rogue Eco Bike and Rower, water RP3, water rower with the S4 with com module and the CR and Smart Row. But and all those things that are FTMS, they are kind of beta, right? So we are launching and we want people to tell us what they think. So I don't want people getting upset if something doesn't work. So it is beta and we want to hear from you. So it's not like, oh, go say somewhere else. You need to come to tell us so we can fix it. You know, there is so many things that can happen that we can't possibly, I guess, create all the problems, all the errors that people may see. Right? But with that, FTMS is going to open up, right?
So, we're going to launch this week or next a change in the app. Like we're going to have a silent update that changes how you connect. Right now, you click connect. It shows like all the Bluetooth machines that are available. And right now, if you are in a room with an RP3 and a Concept 2, you would see them together listed there. Now you're going to have to select which brand you want to connect. So it will default by the last one you selected. So you have the option for Concept 2, RP3, Rogue, Smart Row, Water Rower, and then FTMS as one of the options. So, and then because when you select FTMS, like any machine that has FTMS protocol,
we'll be able to connect to ErgZone.
We'll be able to connect. We can't guarantee that it will work because, like I said, those manufacturers, they don't implement the full protocol.
But we want to know, like, right? Yeah. If someone go and try it and it doesn't work, let us know. We want to know which model is that, what brand is it. Maybe we can talk to the brand and make sure the connectivity. In the end, what we really want is bring the greatness. I'm using the greatness. That's the word I'm using of ErgZone to other communities. You know, we want to give people with whatever machines they have out there that has the FTMS, the ability to work as a community, you know, build a community, to work out with others, to join us on a live workout, to participate in competitions, which brings me to other updates that we're going to have to do on ErgZone moving forward. It's not working yet, so it's not that simple. But for instance, the ErgZone challenges, you know, for next year, perhaps it's going to open to everybody. And
we already have it.
Oh, well, we already have. That's true. That's what I have. But we announced. We announced kind of like, okay, we always said, well, RP3 and Concept 2, and that was it. But it's kind of a bit more clear, like, right? So you can see it. You see the whole thing, everybody together, but then you kind of filter by which erg you use. So you really compare yourself to someone else that has the same machine as you. But why not someone that goes to a gym, whatever gym? Like it's very like Crunch is very popular in here right now. They have another brand, so someone in Crunch could use it and still feel like part of a bigger group,
works,
right?
If it works.
Yeah, if it works. Yeah.
If it works with FTMS.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do like on the competition module, we do have a way to enable on the leaderboards. You can filter by the erg type, so you can see if it is a RP3 or if it's a Concept 2 row erg, or if it's a Concept 2 on the slides. Like you can filter the leaderboard on that. And then we also have for the competition organizers a way now to restrict when they're creating a workout. They can say only the Concept 2 row erg or only RP3. So we are supporting like this kind of.
And how that's gonna work? Someone cannot start if they are not on the machine, or means just not going to be invalid?
It will be invalid, yeah. We don't restrict. They can still do the workout, and then it's gonna be invalid.
It's not gonna be on the
It's
official
gonna be on the
leaderboard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I think that's kind of it about it. You know, like all the things we have announced is gonna be out very soon if they're not already. We want people to reach out to us and let us know, hey, I wanna test it. I want people. I will post on the link on our bio has the link for our Facebook groups, user group ErgZone. That's the place where we interact with people, and people are welcome to report problems, ask questions, and request, things. And if you're using ErgZone, a completely new machine in I don't know, a couple of weeks or so, and you see something, well, let us know. We welcome the feedback. We want to hear what people want. And now that we're opening it to other communities, we will learn other type of things. I feel like we're very well versed at this point on the concept to community pains, what they want to see, what is, what problems they have, or what would be nicer for them. And we build it, and now we're gonna start learning from other communities, and that's what we want. We want to know you, we want to hear from you, and we want to bring to you the best we can, right? Do we have anything else about that? I think that's it. From now on,
I think there's one last thing, like the FTMS protocol doesn't implement all the data. So there are some metrics, right? I think I mentioned, right? Drive length.
No, kind of. Yeah. No, yes. Yeah, so I feel like our FAQ, so on our website, if you want to go to our website, there is a FAQ link there. Chris, you're welcome. So there we're gonna have, like, I already have how to connect to the RP3 water rower, Rogue, Echo, and the rower. And there, in each of those machines, I'm gonna talk more about what are the limitations, and or right now we talk about limitation because the Concept 2 was the standard for us. So like, okay, if you're on Concept 2, but I guess it's just about, okay, what's the standard for ErgZone, what everything that ErgZone has and who implements or not. And also that opens up the opportunity to talk to the manufacturers as well. Like Rogue has been very open to us. We had no contact with them before, but now they're willing to hear us out. So maybe something that's not doing right now. So people should keep an eye on. We're gonna keep posting on Facebook, Instagram, every YouTube, all the updates. We're gonna be more on time with that. The next few weeks, you're gonna see a lot of how to connect, like videos and stuff, like more. So really make it clear. And if you know anybody who is using those other machines, send them our way. Let them know we're available for them to use. I think overall that's it. And if you watched that so far, and if you want to know something specifically, want us to talk about something specific in the future, let us know. We're gonna be here. The plan is every week. Every Monday, yeah, or something like that. And we're gonna eventually bring hosts to talk about specific things they are doing with ErgZone. But we wanna talk. We wanna make a lot of the things clear, like answer questions and just like get people to know more about what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great week.
Bye bye.
I will see you next time.